But sometimes you not getting closure is the closure you need. Take the next step. Do what you got to do to make sure you are good. If you see the signs or the red flags, please don't overlook them. Trust your instincts. Listen to your inner voice. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's get up close and personal. Let's get up close. Today we're gonna have a chit chat, okay? We're just gonna have a quick conversation. But yes, I have been seeing the trend of people doing the whole 2025 wrap thing and like a recap of the year prior. And I was considering doing something like that, right? But then it's like in 2024, 2025, I kind of had like so many highs, and my lows were like low, low, low in the gutter low, right? I had really good times and like really, really bad times. And it's one of those things where I feel like it really shaped me and impacted me greatly, such that even when I was considering doing this 2025 wrap thing, it was so hard to focus on even the positives or the highs because of how low and how impactful my lows were, right? So it's one of those things where it's like you had good stuff happen, right? But you can't even focus on the good stuff because of how bad the bad stuff were, right? But it actually got me thinking, coming to the conclusion that, like in life, it's so easy to focus on the negatives. It's so, so easy to put a spotlight or to highlight the negatives. And I'm not saying this to say that it's wrong to focus on the negatives, because for me, focus on the negatives gives me a better perspective. Focus on the negative actually gives me the self awareness to know what my steps moving forward will be. And I would like to say that it's easy to focus on the negative and have that bring your energy down where you feel stuck and you're not able to move forward from there. But I will say, if you do want to focus on the negative, focus on it in the way that actually shifts your mindset and helps you change or propels you forward rather than hold you back. I don't know if that makes sense, because I feel like in general I have so much to be grateful for, guys. I moved to the US in 2017, lived with my sister for a while, worked, paid for my school, my master's at some point, which was worth like over $30,000 out of pocket, mind you, saved over $15,000 in addition, bought my car, my first car with cash, like out of pocket, fully paid, and moved to a new apartment, furnished it in like 1 to 2 weeks. Like, those are achievements in the sense that with the way those things had to happen, it wasn't necessarily that, oh my God, I'm ready, let's go buy this, let's go this. It's like things happen and you're forced to make a move, but financially I was prepared to make those moves. And for me, financial stability and security is my number one top on the list thing. Like, that's my love language, okay? Financial stability. Financial stability is my love language, okay? Knowing that I have savings, knowing that I have an emergency fund that's sitting there breathing heavy and ready to save me in the event of an emergency. That's my peace. That's my love language, okay? So knowing that I was able to do all those things, right? Be able to sustain myself, being a flight attendant, financially being able to take care of myself, being a flight attendant, being a first year flight attendant, as bad as people make it seem out there, I was still able to live off of my income and be a-okay and still be able to save. So it's one of those things where I feel like I should be proud, right? I became a manager with Amazon and I wanted to do that before I was 30 and I was able to achieve my goals. But it's one of those things where you can get all those things, but because you have certain negative things where things go wrong or not go the way you want it to go, I will say I'm more like, I will say I'm a type A kind of person, but I am a person that if I expect things to go in a certain way, I need it to be planned out with an actual plan. It's one thing to say I would do something, but it's another thing to say, okay, I'm going to do something, but I'm going to do A because A would take me one step closer to getting B. B will take me 2 steps closer to getting the something that I want, right? But it's easy to just say, okay, I'm going to do something. I'm going to buy a car. Okay, what are you going to do to buy the car? Are you going to work extra hours? Are you going to save up for it? Are you going to buy cash? What are the steps that you're taking to buy that vehicle? That's how I see things. And for me, if I don't have that breakdown, thought out breakdown, then for me, I feel like it's wishful thinking. But I digress. The whole point is that, like I said, if you're going to focus on the negative, make sure that you focus it in a way that it actually propels you or gets you closer to where you want to be rather than have it hold you back, right? And the next thing to note is that one thing that actually became very, very apparent to me in 2025 was that life is not perfect. It's one of those things, I mean, it sounds cliche, but we all know life is not perfect. But it's one of those things where it's like, you know it's not perfect, but you kind of wish things will be perfect. And I know it's wishful thinking to expect that. I've now come to terms with that. I always did this, but I feel like at some point you kind of ask yourself, why should I set my expectations low? Why can't it just be high and get that high expectation fulfilled, right? But then again, it became real apparent that you have to set your expectations low. You can only control you can only control what you can give out, right? You cannot control what you expect somebody to give to you or to do for you. So in order to not hurt your feelings or hurt yourself out or stress yourself out, just learn to set your expectations very, very low. When you expect the minimum or the bare minimum and you get the bare minimum or more, no hurt feelings. But if you're already expecting the bare minimum and you end up with the bare minimum, then it's like you broke even, right? That's how I see it. But yes, life is not perfect and things will not always go as planned. You just have to what do you call it? Figure out what you need to do and pivot from there, right? Because if you wanted to go like this and now it's going like this, you just have to figure out a way to pivot and just get yourself back to where you need to be to align yourself, right? But yes, life is not perfect. Life is too short to spend time hoping for change that you cannot control. That's the best way to put it. But yes, the other thing also that became apparent is that I feel like this is gonna sound a little bit religious, and I don't know if you guys are not religious or whatever. Trust me, I'm still working on my faith. Okay, God has my heart. That's just by the way. But I feel like God would always give you what He knows you can handle. I feel like no matter what you're going through, no matter how bad you might feel it is right now, or how serious or how intense it is right now, I feel like God would always, or whatever it is that you believe in, would always give you what they know you can handle. So I say that to say that don't give up in the sense that keep pushing yourself, keep moving forward. The fact that you're able to take a step forward every single day, get out of bed, do one or two things, it's a win in itself. So know that whatever it is you're experiencing, and no matter how bad your situation might be, just take note that it's something you can handle. Or it's potentially going to build you to a point where it prepares you for whatever it is to come. You know how they say there's always a rainbow after the storm? How did they even say that? Let me know in the comment section below. I'm just out here saying stuff, but it's just trying to figure out or give a recap of 20. I know I did a video about what happened in my 2025, but it was just me trying to do like I was trying to do a video montage of what actually happened in 2025 for me, and it just got me to this point, which is why I'm actually doing this video. But it's just meant to be like a quick chit chat uncut, something that we can just like have a conversation with. So just share your thoughts in the comment section below. If you're vibing with me or you're feeling whatever it is that I'm saying or you get what I'm saying, just let me know in the comment section below. The other thing that I do that became apparent to me is that sometimes you just have to be grateful for the opportunity given to you, even if it's not what you wanted. So let's say you, in my case, for example, I wanted to become a manager, and at some point I wanted to become a manager in a bank, right? Like I work with JP Morgan Chase and I work with Wells Fargo as well. They're both in the US. And I wanted to be a manager so bad because I felt like that will put me on track or get me to the point where my earning potential would increase, because unlike other people, I quickly earlier on in my career understood that the people at the bottom don't get paid as much as the people at the top. Although people assume that because the people at the bottom are physically doing more work, the people at the top are mentally doing a lot of work too and having to deal with a lot of mental stuff. That's why you find high earning managers having heart attacks and strokes, because it's not easy, okay, managing a team coming from somebody who actually did both the bottom and the top. But I wanted that so badly, but I wanted to do that in a bank, right? But I ended up having to do it at Amazon, which is a retail company or online business, right? So it's one of those things where that's where my opportunity came from. But am I going to sit there and dwell on the fact that I wanted to do it with JP Morgan Chase, or I wanted to be a manager at JP Morgan Chase, or Wells Fargo? So because I didn't get that, then well, boohoo, I'm going to just dwell on that and just not take advantage of the opportunity that I've been given at working at Amazon. No, we're not going to do that. So that's what became apparent. And the other thing also is the fact that being a flight attendant, knowing that I had that opportunity and I've been able to take advantage of that and not focus on all the other negative stuffs that are out there or being said about the job. It's making it work for me, knowing that I can make this opportunity work for me. I can take advantage of this opportunity and increase my earning potential or live my best life, which is being able to live in Ghana and work in the US as well. So knowing that even if I wanted something else beyond this, I've gotten this. So let me take advantage of this and not focus on what I wanted, but rather take advantage of the opportunity that I have right now. And you might want something, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get it. Are you going to focus on it? No, we're just going to move on and go for the next best thing, because life moves on and life is too short to focus or to waste there. I'm like 33. I'm going to be 34 in April. Okay. I am literally an inch close to my mid 30s. And I'm at the point where I'm not wasting time on anything that doesn't serve me. And if you're going to come to me, you got to come to me correct. There needs to be a plan. Then, like, if you want to collaborate or if you want to work with me, if you want to be in my life, you need to serve a purpose. If you don't serve a purpose, we're going to have to take out the trash, because at the end of the day, life is too short. I'm not about it, because my 30s was my hustling years. I was working 3 or 4 jobs. Guys, at some point in my 20s, I was working 3 jobs, 2 full-time jobs and 1 part-time job. I was working at the bank. I was a sales rep at Verizon, and I was a full-time employee at a hotel, Best Western Hotel, the front desk. So full-time at bank, full-time at Best Western Hotel, night job, and then part-time as a Verizon sales rep. So I almost passed out. Okay, I could not. I was like, okay, life is too short. So I have been working hard in my 20s, so I refuse to waste any more time in my 30s. And if anything is going to happen, there needs to be a clear out plan. I need to hear the words. Like, we need to see it on paper. If we're not seeing the plan on paper, I'm not wasting time. You can ask my friend Wendy. Wendy, if you're watching this video, let me know in the comment section below. We're not wasting time. Like, there needs to be direction. We're not wishful thinking anymore. It's too late to be doing those things. We left that in our 20s. So I'm about to hit my mid 30s. Okay. I don't have time to waste. We do not have time to waste. Okay. I'm trying to get to the point where I can live a soft life, because I put in my time in my 20s and I refuse to still be hustling after my mid 30s. I refuse to do that. That's why I said in my 2026 plans is that I will be taking my finances way more seriously than I did in the past. I've set goals for myself, and until I hit those goals, we're not budging to anything. Oh my God, that got so intense real quick, but that's how it gets when I talk about my life, my finances, and moving forward. Because I feel like at some point I was focusing so much more on my financial life, not so much on my financial life, but my professional life, trying to build myself to the point where I can increase my earning potential. That my personal life and my financial life were kind of like planned out, but not necessarily planned out. But now that career wise we have something going, it's now time to move to the next step. The next thing is also trust your instincts. That's what became like, I feel like looking back and reflecting on my life all the way up until now, I feel like a lot of things that I've experienced that probably did not go well for me, I kind of saw it coming, but I was at a point where I was too distracted by trying to get my professional life together, that I kind of missed, or I let certain things slide, or I overlooked certain things, or just simply gave too much benefit of the doubt. Too much benefit of the doubt. I think that's what it was. And I know I said in the beginning that you have to set your expectations low, but I think at some point, ask for what you want. Even if it's too high, ask for what you want. And if you're not getting what you want, or if you don't get what you want, then you know that you either have to move on or find whatever you want where you think you can get it at, right? So if you want a promotion, why stay with a job for 10, 12 years if you know they're not promoting you as much as you want? And mind you, before I continue, the only one of the best ways to increase your earning potential is to move to another job. When I started working in the US when I moved in 2017, if I wanted to increase my income, I knew that my yearly raises or performance or merit raises were not enough to boost my earning potential. The only thing that changed my earning potential was me switching jobs. And at no point did anybody ask me, why have you worked in 5 3 companies within a short period of time? Even if they did, my response would have been, I need something that would challenge myself and give me the growth that I'm looking for, which is an honest response. So it's one of those things where trust your instincts, know when something is worth your time and when it's not worth your time. And if you see the signs or the red flags, please don't overlook them. Trust your instincts. Listen to your inner voice. At some point, you have to recalibrate your mindset, refocus, and just move on. Sometimes I feel like we tend to feel that this was supposed to happen this way and why didn't it happen this way, and we spend so much time trying to figure out why it didn't happen this way. I know as humans we ultimately want closure when it comes to things, but sometimes you not getting closure is the closure you need. You not getting the final thing, whatever it is you're looking for, is the final thing you're looking for. So just recalibrate your mindset and just move on. Just move on. Sometimes you just have to move on for peace of mind. I've gotten to the point where my peace is the most important thing to me, especially when I got this job and noticed that I had a high amount of flexibility. I could work more, I could work less. And now I'm at the point where I'm going to see if I can commute from Ghana to do it. I have to start looking for crash pads. There's so many things that I need to put in place. But all I know is that if I get my financial aspect of my life stable enough and strong enough, I feel like I'll be able to survive anything. And at the end of the day, you have to set yourself up such that you're not dependent on anybody, not even your parents. Because you never know, anything can happen, right? And like I said, at some point in life, you have to get to the point where refocus, recalibrate your mindset, and move on. Take the next step. Do what you got to do to make sure you are good. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. I was just like trying to do a montage, and I'm here, sitting here, just talking a whole lot. But let me know if you can resonate with what I'm sharing. Thank you all for watching today's video, and I will definitely see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.